Oh, we're live. I was waiting for it. Everyday business solutions solved right here. Welcome back. Once again, you guys know what we're doing. We're dropping the very detailed knowledge from Peter F. Drucker on these daily solutions from his book, The Daily Drucker. As you guys are following along, and it is once again 366 days of business solutions. Like I said, go get the book. Go get the book. Follow along, tighten up on the business, learn how to apply this to the everyday employee that's happening right now. Most businesses are hiring and can't keep employees because they are all now acting as entrepreneurs. Let's not forget that. All over social media, people are running around throwing quotes, saying quotes. A lot of them don't even know where these quotes are freaking originating from, right? So the goal is to know how to take on this new type of employee, employee, if you will, because not everyone can run around and go out there and create a job out of nowhere, which is essentially what an entrepreneur is defining a need, right? And solving that problem, creating it from something that doesn't exist already, and then moving on to the next. It's like you're a serial business owner, if you will, jumping on different endeavors. So that's kind of happening with today's employee as they are jumping from job to job to job to job to job to job. Look at some of these resumes. They're just all over the place, right? Inside of 6 months. It doesn't even make sense. And it's because they're looking for the better job, right? So they're trying to figure out how they can maximize their time and make more money. So as a business, it's important that you understand that they are not a tool, they are an asset. Because if they are a thinker like this, then they're definitely trying to figure out how to maximize their time in the day, which means that they're trying to figure out how to maximize what they're doing in your business. So show them how and pay them according to their performance, right? For this one, knowledge worker productivity. So we talked a little bit about the knowledge worker before. We talked about the service worker. So let's dig in a little bit. And this is about sharpening the tools of the knowledge worker. Knowledge worker productivity requires the knowledge worker to be both seen and treated as an asset rather than a cost, right? It makes sense, right? It's profound in the way they're explaining that, because let's go in deeper. Work on the productivity of the knowledge worker has barely begun. Here's why. But we already know a good many of the answers. We also know that the challenges to which we do not yet know the answers. So what he's basically saying is we know the problems that exist, right? And some of the challenges. And the trick here is, how do you address them before they actually happen, right? 6 major factors determine knowledge worker productivity. So how do you determine their productivity? The knowledge worker, the entrepreneur employee, is how you would affix it to today's situation. 1, knowledge worker productivity demands that we ask the question, what is the task? What is your task, right? 2, it demands that we impose the responsibility for their productivity on the individual knowledge workers themselves. Knowledge workers have to manage themselves. They need that, okay? They have to have autonomy, all right? 3, continuing innovation has to be a part of the work. The task and the responsibility of the knowledge workers is what I said before. So allow them to solve the problems in your company to become more and more innovative. Pay them accordingly, right? If they get the work done sooner in that day and they can go home for that day, that's how you pay them. Don't have them sitting on board longer for nothing. It just doesn't make sense, right? And you're paying them more throughout the day to be there. Pay them according to the task. Change the rules on how you're operating your business. 4, knowledge worker requires continuous learning on the part of the knowledge worker, but equally continues teaching on the part of the knowledge worker. Does that make sense? All right. 5, productivity of the knowledge worker is not, at least not primarily, a matter of quantity of output. Quality is at least as important, right? 6, finally, we're really focused on the top 5, but 6, finally, knowledge worker productivity requires that the knowledge worker be both seen and treated as an asset, right? Respect them, okay, rather than a cost. It requires that knowledge workers want to work for the organization in preference to all of their opportunities. So here's the action point. We always have an action point. It's real simple. Apply steps 1 through 5 on your knowledge worker, right? So sharpen their tool. If they are an asset, sharpen your assets. Make them more skilled so that the productivity that they provide to your company is that much higher. Remember, the purpose of business is to gain a customer. Think about that, right? So make them better, and in turn, they make your business run better. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. See you guys. Thank you for checking in. Bye.